Content warning. Tales of Tupenia features some depictions and descriptions of violence, as well as themes consistent with abuse and alcoholism. These are not incredibly common, but be warned. Howdy. Belby here, the DM of Tales of Tupenia. It's been a while since I checked in. Notable updates, we now have our gaming videos and the Side of Tots coming out on the Patreon, and the first 2 episodes of Side of Tots are up for free on YouTube. So, if you're at all interested in watching us fuck around and have fun, give it a look, check it out. We also happen to have a merch store now, a threadless shop that is set up, featuring hats, shirts, stickers, and more. So check it out and see if anything catches your eye. Furthermore, any likes, comments, or subscriptions are always appreciated, and nice comments will be featured on screen at the beginning or end of the video, depending on when I think is the best time. Thank you, and appreciate your support for the show. Bye.
On the Lamani Islands, they say if the Hollow Mountain sings to you, you should always listen, for the song itself can carry you out to sea. This was, of course, the one place Uprush always wanted to go. Dmitri Zephius gained the nickname Uprush from a young age, as he always displayed a surge of emotion and passion, strong enough to sweep away any who were ill-prepared for his enthusiasm. He's like an uprush of seawater when he talks, became the easiest way to describe him to seafarers, wondering why an 8-year-old might be hanging out by the docks so often. Aside from his enthusiasm regarding shipfaring, Uprush's mother helped with restocking seafaring ships that would stop by the islands, so meeting seafarers was the norm. This norm for young Uprush was shaken up when a young girl with curly hair made her way onto the island, proclaiming all the world's gold and cookies would be hers someday. From then on, Uprush and the girl nicknamed Cookie would spend their days together fantasizing about being adventurers out on the open sea. Cookie's father would take Uprush under his wing, despite the concerns of Uprush's mother. As he became a man, Uprush gained respect and camaraderie aboard the ship known as the Great White. But Uprush saw a side of the captain no one else quite recognized. Amidst an attempt to convince Cookie to leave the crew with him permanently, Uprush was accused of mutiny, shot in the chest, and left aboard a dinghy to float out at sea. The last thing Uprush heard was the sound of his friend's voice, the splash of the waves, and the sound of the wind's song, all before reaching the unfamiliar shores of Balestone. Chasing away back out onto the open seas, Uprush took up bartending to accrue enough coin and a new crew, all with the hope of reuniting with his dearest friend.
Born to seafaring merchants, Jack and Robin, hailing from Arigian and Kelcary, neither of whom were willing to give up a life on the sea, Hector grew up barely 4 years before returning to the sea for a life of adventure. His youngest mentor in the clerical arts was a steward of the drowned, a medic known as Tim Callaghan. Eventually, his parents' honest merchant dealings led them into conflict with a pirate crew of a fearsome captain, where Hector's parents passed away tragically, with barely enough surviving members to crew the ship into the nearest harbor. Hector's friend Tim took him in, A blessing for young Hector that quickly was dashed as he was left with a smile in the main temple of the drowned stewards in the town of Cotton's Creek, to be raised by one Albert Sparrow, an older steward past his prime. Hector went on to become a fellow steward of the drowned, sailing the seas, protecting ships from the same fate that befell his parents. One day, a group of pirates captured him and stuck him in the upstairs closet of a seaside cottage, held prisoner for a week until the early crew of the Bearded Dragon found him. A crew that Hector has stood fiercely by ever since.
Grow Kadag was born and raised in the kingdom of the Red Dawn. His parents, Shior and Calabax, and siblings and fellow orcs were brutal fighters, taught to hone their aggression in battle against their enemies. Grow grew to become the tallest and burliest of his family, and one of the largest offspring of the Red Dawn. A capable fighter with a gargantuan size, a towering stature, and mammothian teeth that would make any regular human quite intensely shit their pants. Through his straight, raven black hair parts at the middle, a real charmer. He was inducted into the Black Blood clan and went on many adventures. As time passed, the clan would realize something about Grow that infuriated them. He was a sweetheart. He would frequently gaze upon beautiful natural flora and fauna, would resist killing any individuals who wouldn't directly harm him. Whereas all the other orcs were intelligent in livelihood skills and battle practices and tactical knowledge, Grow was a simpleton. His sheer size and strength was enough for him to push through any obstacles presented to the Black Bloods. But even as the rest of the Black Bloods slowly turned their backs on him, Grow was too simple to see it. To him, they were his family. So he stayed with them, until one blissful morning when Grow woke to emptiness around him. The Black Bloods were gone, and Grow hadn't the slightest clue of where to go. Only a name. Bartholomew. Unfortunately, for Grow, he couldn't figure out how to pronounce it. He wandered the countryside finding people who at first rejected him and were scared of him, but would warm up to him through his politeness and simplicity. After many months of wandering and helping, 3 years later, Grow would eventually make it to the city of Benict in the kingdom of Pustab, where he befriended a total bar owner, Rue, and would help her with chores and errands. The city of Benict would see that Grow was an enigma, a condemnation of their treatment of orcs, but some would have prejudices too deep to set aside. Grow left the city, joining the crew of the Bearded Dragon to chase the thrill of battle and to make a new name for himself. With a new crew, a new weapon, and a new cause at his side, Grow's path wanders far away from those who once threw insults his way, even if he was too simple to understand them anyways.
Adrian Drake was born and raised in Winterstone. Being the second son of the Admiral of the Kingdom, Adrian always lived a life of adventure and wanted to be out at sea like his father. He and his brother lived their early lives with a nanny, though Adrian snuck out multiple times into the slums, getting into trouble with his best friend Karn. Later on in his years, he was hired onto the Agalita, a trade ship with an older captain Adrian saw as second father. During one voyage at sea, an Asmer named Ariel came aboard trying to get Adrian to do a quest for his god and would not leave until he did so. While the two were below deck in a heated argument, the Agalita was suddenly assailed by pirates, an all-out assault, which was suddenly disrupted as a bolt of lightning rent the sky, sinking the ship and all aboard it. Adrian woke up in the middle of the sea alone, at least that's what he thought until days later, a dry voice echoed through his head. The self-same voice of the Asmer he previously encountered. Drake made his slow way back to port, where he and Ariel now share the same body, though not, perhaps, the same goals.
I do not recall when exactly I became what we are today, but here be what I will share. Little John Jack grew up in the slums of Smiva, me mama telling me the stories of Klek, the devourer of the treasonous, he who swallows the liars and cheats. Never understood why nobody heeded the warnings. We couldn't even trust our leaders, those meant to protect us. Instead, the Baron took me mother from me. I found a new home in the old elf tree, and found a new family all my own. Then he took that away too. I escaped the town with nothing but my clothes and a few friends. And me brother in all but blood, I would have followed him to the ends of the world. And I did. And we were free. But the world took that from me too. Han, my brother, he sold me out for wealth and power. Under the thumb of the Baron of Bimbolo, the very man who took everything from me, I found if you take enough from a man, you make a monster. With nothing of the little boy in me left, the fish from my mama's stories spoke to me. I thought it a mere illusion, but it delivered us to new friends and freedom. I know it take more than fables to fix the wrongs of the world. Be taken more than the blood, sweat, and tears that has already been taken. It be taken something more. With me crew, we be feeding the fishes.
Kidru grew up in a rowdy family. As the eldest of 5 children, he always hoped to keep an eye on his siblings. It wasn't easy growing up in the harsh cold of Satpia, but he was happy. Playing with siblings, ice fishing with his mom, and hearing stories of Satpia's heroics and grandeur from his father. Kid and his brothers, namely Kaivan and Kalir, loved these stories, and grew up wishing to join the military themselves one day. And when Kid was only 19 years old, that opportunity would come right to his village. Kid spent the following years of his life proving his bravery and his skill, and rising up the ranks of Satpia. But in doing so, he saw the nation for what it truly was, and began to doubt the actions he'd taken under a banner he once thought was great. It wasn't until the age of 42, 23 years later, that Kid met Jesse, a young Aarakocran boy he met in a village he was sent to enlist from. A young boy that reminded him of himself. That was his final straw. Rather than setting Jesse down the path he walked himself, he took the boy and they fled into the wastes. They wandered through a barren environment, hungry, thirsty, and left with nothing but time to think about the years wasted and the people he took advantage of. That the country he grew up idolizing and serving was corrupt. Kidru was ready to give up on himself, but he was driven by a responsibility to Jesse, to get him to safety. Crossing the waste, the two stumbled into the city of Zukamel, where they were discovered and rescued by the priests of the Albetic Temple. The priests were very welcoming, and provided both shelter and care to Kid and Jesse. While the pair recovered, they were introduced by the priest to the Lambent Three, the moon deities, as well as their teachings. The serene grace of the Sapphire Queen, the strength wielded by the Copper Princess, and the willingness to change, championed by the Shattered Prince, which Kid resonated with strongest of all. After months of self-doubt, that message drove Kid to remake himself as a missionary, a wanderer, and a tool of this change, leading him into new lands, new struggles, and a new path to redeem Tupenia, as his gods and he seek to create.
Three, And 2-1. Howdy, and welcome back to this week's episode of Tales of Tupenia, where last we left off, we had begun our trek westward. Always in my head have to draw the compass rose in order to figure out which direction we're heading. We'd started our trek westward from the city of Dever Bentuku, where you guys had had a sort of unusual and unexpected interaction with a traveling great storyteller of the Bentuku peoples, who had told you the stories of Igramesh past, of the long and oral histories that had not really been tracked to this point. You guys, hearing this story, began to piece together aspects of it with aspects of your reactions from the past, with moments of flashes granted by Graal's weapon, pacing together that the displaced peoples of the displaced Orcish peoples of centuries past had in fact come from the lands that are now known as the Ipthronese Despotate. This was information that Jean-Jacques, thinking upon this, went, hey, let's go send Tack to communicate with the newly formed council to figure out what the hell is happening over there, and to, get this information, because if not now, to integrate, a seemingly, positive, outwardly sharing, kind, and benevolent peoples win, really. So Tack took off in the late moments of the episode / in the side of Tots, which, hey, now we can plug right here, middle of the recap. Check out side of Tots below at the coffee link. There we go. And hear about, 15 to 20 minutes of our thoughts on each episode, some little background details. One of the things we figured out, closets move much faster than anticipated. So, in point of fact, Tack will be there very shortly. So, Tack, who we went, well, he's probably gone for a while. In fact, very quick. And was sent to go and deliberate on Jean-Jacques' voice of Jean-Jacques with the newly formed Council of Ipilmar. We also began our sort of journey of travel, and as we were going and heading westward, we had some small moments of interactions between the party. We were going on 7 days of travel when... we had some bits of interaction. Jean-Jacques, who has been collecting memories of the past, moments of fear and anger and all these sorts of things pulled out of himself, becoming darker and darker bracelets, until Uprush and Kid Roo, noticing this, staged a bit of an intervention with Jean-Jacques, said, hey, yo, please, calm down. Someone else will be able to do this. And Jean-Jacques basically said, we'll sleep when we're dead. And then, and then went and continued to keep working on it, resulting later on that night in the production of a shadow spawn entity, odd and haunted and twisted, but that seemed to react normally. Also in the middle, we had an interaction between Kid Roo and Adrian Drake that resulted in Kid Roo being punched in the face for attempting to say, hey, you know what? Let's get Drake hooked up with the Lambent 3. We'll let him talk to Ariel, and Drake wanted absolutely no part of that. So our party, coming to moments of conflict, Jean-Jacques, with the deception of his fellow players, then found out in the middle of the night by really good perception rolls by Drake and by Hector. We ended basically after the moments when Jean-Jacques had begun, when the Shadow Spawn had disappeared, and he had begun patting the ground there to figure out what was going on, and said basically, we're all clear. So we sort of pick up in the waning moments of the night. The wee moments.
I have nothing to say because I'm asleep.
Yep. Hector and Drake face to face with Jean-Jacques.
We're all gonna go to bed right now. You've done your experiment. We all need rest now. Staring daggers into John Jack.
Just looking in the cold spot in the dirt where the thing was.
Progress has been made. It is a marathon, not a sprint.
I don't know what a marathon is, but I could do that. Yeah, I think I'm done.
Oh, now he's done.
I'm done for now.
Oh, for now.
Yeah.
All right. Trusting, you guys trust that and head off to sleep?
Well, I mean, someone needs to do. I don't know who was last guard, anyways, for Night Watch.
Yeah, I don't think we're
probably gonna just make it Hector since we never really officially set anything else up.
Yeah, sure. So Hector sort of just like not sort of. I assume not taking Jean-Jacques at face value there, just like.
He's like, someone should stay up anyways. It looks like it's just me and Drake. Mm-hmm. And then I don't say this out loud, but in his head he's like, I'm just gonna find a nearby tree. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go make sure I can see everyone without having to do too much climbing from said tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
easy.
And then set myself up.
Easy enough. You're able to scuttle up to your improv crow's nest and set up for a night of watch. Drake, are you're gonna stay up as well? Are you going to climb up into the crow's nest, or are you gonna stay at ground level? What's your sort of what's Drake's sort of vibe in this moment?
He's gonna stay at ground level.
Wonderful. So you sort of like set up in front of the campfire there. And, roll a perception check for me, both of you.
Okay, Dice, I guess you're going to have to make my score work for it.
3.
That's a 16.
23 and 16? Okay. Wonderful. So, with both of those, it's relatively calm, quiet. You begin to see, this is one of sort of the last nights of that, like, aurora going by overhead that it appeared that the Orcish peoples had been gathering for. It's cold. It's, like, bitter cold. Just, like, because you're starting to, head up into the areas where it's, like, beginning to be, like, either, like, frosty or permafrost. You know what I mean? Like, so it's you guys are
at,
chilling.
like... Every, like, hour,
mm-hmm.
I'll go spend, like, 30 minutes near the fire.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Just because the sea can be harsh, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You're like, not for me, thank you. Wonderful. Okay. Drake, during one of these periods where Hector sort of heads up back into his sort of tree crow's nest, you hear in the back of your head, you hear, good morrow, master. Pardon me for intruding, but I have sat silently in my scabbard for a number of days now, and I can't help but feel that I have offended you in some way. Did I do something wrong?
Oh no, it's talking to me again.
Did you respond with this? Is this a response?
Well, he's thinking it inside his head, so if he hears it, he hears it.
So the sword just sort of goes. The sword just sort of goes. Well, yes, I do have to communicate with people in some way. You sense the feeling of trepidation. If you could sense an emoji in this moment, it's the sword doing the little
Awkward woo.
Yeah, like, hey.
He'll take the sword out and lay it on his lap. All right, what's up?
Wonderful. You remove the heretic's vindication, and he just goes, right, I mean, well, honestly, I was just starting to feel a bit, well, I don't know, it's, I'd been in active use, for sort of that, shitty old, headsman of the despot, and I was so excited to be in the hands of a hero again for once, and now I'm in a dark and cold scabbard. It's quite musty in there. It's not pleasant.
I just gotta get used to you talking in my head. Don't worry about it.
That's reasonable. He goes, you sense like the sensation of like someone looking around for like a conversation topic, and he goes, right, well, if you'd like to hear any more about me, or who I know, or where I'm from, or what I could do for you, I could do any of those things. I'd just love to, be out and about.
Oh, he picked the wrong wheel. As if he did.
Yeah, go ahead and tell me about you.
He goes, right, well, I was a person long ago. I don't know if you knew that. I think I might have mentioned that, maybe. I used to be a person. I was a great mage. Yes, it was great. And then, everything went dark, and now I'm here. And I've been here, and I've been used to take people's heads off for a while, and that wasn't really my ideal usage. I'd prefer to, I don't know, do great acts of glory, things of that sort,
Oh my god.
You do realize you're still gonna be taking people's heads, right?
For glory?
Even in acts of glory.
Oh, okay. All right. As long as there's glory and honor involved, that's it's you sense a shudder, and he goes, it's all well and good when you're involved in like something that matters, but if you're just kind of like killing poor people over and over again, I sensed the last thoughts of a man who lost his wife. It was I sensed the last thoughts of a shopkeeper who gave a child a loaf of bread. I didn't like any of that.
No! No, not that guy!
Yeah.
When you kill someone, you sense their thoughts?
He goes, yeah, well, I mean, a little bit. It's sort of just like whatever the physical last moment is that, that they've experienced. And the shopkeeper happened to be thinking about the child. He wasn't really, there was minimal remorse. There was a little bit of like, I'd like to not be dying right now, but, I think he was a good guy.
Alright, we'll have more fun with you, okay.
Yeah. He goes, now there are technically, and then you sense a mental block come through. I don't know how you would, like, it's like he goes silent, but you feel like the connection still there, if that makes sense. Like, and he goes, I can't say everything, but... And you sense the thumbs up emoji. Double thumbs up in your head. Like the vibes are coming through a lot stronger with this guy. Whereas like it seems like when you were talking to Grawl that he was getting physical visions from shards. It seems like this guy more communicates like emotion sense sort of thing going on. Yeah.
The fuck?
Got oohed at by a fucking sword. Emotionally.
He did. The emotional ooh from sword.
Well, that's another shirt.
Yeah, it's nice playing nice with a sword.
What'd you say? Oh yeah. Hey, he's just like, also, I sort of, my bad for reaching out of my own accord. But yeah, imagine that you were forced to wear the same shirt for over 1,000 years. That's what this is like. That's what my scabbard is like. It's stinky in there.
I see.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Well, if the opportunity arises, I'll use you more often.
wonderful. He goes, I will help you with as much as I know. Which is a lot, but also there are things that you sense the mental block again, don't know. And I can't help you with those. You can hit me with an Arcana check here, and I think Manny's cottoned onto it, but you can hit me with an Arcana check here, Drake.
+0, yay!
Or there was a dead 0? Oh no.
No,
Oh,
it's a +0,
oh,
so
I say
it's whatever I roll.
+0. I thought you rolled a 1, like minus something, like
Minus.
low
Yeah,
minus.
No,
that's
no.
bloodline.
Yeah, you could also technically give me a history. I don't know if you have any bonus to history. It would just give you a different information.
Adrian's not the smart guy.
Right.
That's Ariel.
Yeah.
So both are +0.
Oh,
Brutal.
But I did roll a 19.
19. Okay. So the block reminds you of the block that you have since experienced when you were attempting to do the when you were attempting to speak through the unbreakable contract that you guys had signed, right? Where you get the sense that this guy, whoever the guy in the sword is, he had signed an unbreakable contract that he cannot now get past with the 19 there. You're like, okay, so there are physical things he like. This is not like a he's trying to, it's not a he's trying to be coy moment. It's like a oh he literally cannot tell me some things. So you kind of get that sense with the 19 where it's like yeah, I don't, you aren't certain how, like the mechanics of it, right? Where it's like, if this is a conscience like a sentience or a conscience or a brain in the sword, does the contract stick with the brain? Has some of his body been ensconced in there somehow? You're not really sure, like, at all. You don't know the mechanics of it, but you're like, whatever it is, this is physically, what he is conveying to me is the same thing that I have been dealing with. So, yeah, and he just goes, cool, appreciate it. And just sort of like goes silent, like the awkwardness of him trying to be like, hey, use me more, just like yeah, cool.
As it goes silent, he'll go ahead and he starts basically cleaning up the scabbard and the sword.
Aww. Wonderful. Beautiful, wonderful moment. So as you sort of, begin to wipe away the years of horrible use that the Heretic's Vindication has gone through, yeah, we find our way to the end of this morning. We find our way to the beginning of morning 8 of travel. At which time, Jean-Jacques, you hear briefly in your head, you hear, okay, boss, I found, you hear him go, hey, pay attention, like, and you
Found what?
Oh, you get the sense that he is talking to someone and also conveying, like, you're listening to him on speakerphone, basically, for like a second.
Yeah.
And he just goes, look, hey, come here, this is important. You hear him talk back to you, and he goes, hey, what's the lizard's name again?
Hector?
Oh no, wait, hold on. The other one was on the count. No, oh right.
Timba.
Yeah, he looks at her he looks at her queer and he just goes. You hear him walking past and he goes, hey, lizard guy, where's the other one? Where's the druid? Okay, and he flies off, and I don't know. You can do the visual from this distance, right? You can always blink into So you blink into Tack. Sorry, my brain kept wanting to say her queer. You blink into Tack, and like you see him flying up to the back of Athimba's head, and you see him like tapping on the top, and just hello.
Where?
Hello. It does look like what they are.
Tack, where are you?
You look around the vision as his eyes begin to like sort of scan around, and it looks like they are outside what is now the destroyed tower of Ipelmar that had been ruined by that burning that had gone through. They are they're at ground.
You're already there?
Yeah, it's quick. It's surprisingly quick. I stopped for 2 days of pissing around. And you very quickly feel like through the connection, just like the moment of like Tack like pissing on a let me actually load this up because I need
pissing around.
Yeah, which town literally. I need to see which town he went through actually, by the way. Where is he flew down this way. You see the image of him like pissing on what is like appears to be a small like concrete walled town in the middle of like a vast plains. And he just goes, yeah, there was some like, I saw some like orcish guy who was like terrorizing a couple farmers, and I went, you know what, let me just piss on him and we'll see how that goes. Didn't work
glad to see you're still on the mortal plane.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. The thing is, the height, right? Now, it took a while to aim from that high, so to speak, but, it wasn't like he could catch me. So, yeah. And you see Athimba turn around and just be like, oh, hello there. And just like look very brief and just goes, who are you again, my friend?
Timba.
He jumps back.
It'd be John Jack.
He jumps back about 4 feet after hearing your voice come out of Tack.
I am speaking through Tack.
You see, he begins to lean in, his nose getting closer and closer to and he like pokes at it.
I don't bite, but he might.
I don't know if I be believing you.
Your jambalaya be the best in the entire continent. Only because I haven't gone to any continents. I'm just keeping the opportunity open. I want to try other jambalayas.
Everybody knows that.
Damn.
You're right.
I knew you didn't say that shit.
You're right.
He's really like peering, and you see he takes out like a small like crystal from his like a crystal that's been like honed like a magnifying glass from his pocket, and like put it over his eye and just starts staring at like Tack.
It's just going to look like Tack. He's a tiny little fiend. He's gonna look like a tiny little fiend.
I'm pretty good at reading people, but this little slug face, it's kind of hard for me to tell what's going on.
You're not reading. I'm not him. I'm on the other side of the continent to the north.
As you continue talking, you see he
don't trust him. Don't trust him. If I'm here, you can trust him.
Hit me with a persuasion.
Okay.
Well, just Like
if I'm not here, don't trust him.
Yeah.
Okay. Persuasion. 25.
As with the 25, he goes, all right, since you keep talking in that voice, I be believing it, but if you change it again, If that voice changes, if I hear the little man with the other accent coming out at any point,
I mean,
I'm whacking him in the head.
he can do that.
Yeah, I'm doing great over here. Wow. There is a backhand from a Timba. But Tack is fine. Doesn't take enough damage from it. And he
just instantly poops, voiding the entire journey.
Oh
He has, like, no health.
No.
Jesus Christ.
And the DM killed himself.
Killed myself. We just sent it there. No, but he's entirely fine as he gets and you're like, he's like, that's weird. But he like looks, he goes, all right, so what you be sending this little thing for?
News. Massive news. We've discovered, and I know this is not...
You hear, because he's kind of out and about where there are people, you see as you go to say that, he grabs Tack and he stuffs him into his jacket and just like... I don't know if you can smell through the connection.
Yes.
Yeah, you get the
Yes.
sense, you get the smell of pit, of like woody, woodland druid pit. But he like you can feel the sense of movement. And when he takes you back out, you are there is like around the corner, like he's run around basically to the other side of the Despot's Tower, towards the east side of the Despot's Tower, where there is physically set up there is another one of those little like silence tents that they have created. And inside, he walks inside, and currently inside is this like is the little like you see that looks like she may be related to the one that came to the reconstruction meeting up from the Posterity's Blade, where this one's got like short like pixie cut, like blue hair, the elvish woman that's there, and or half elf, I believe, half elvish woman that's there, and she looks up and she goes, right, Atimba, is there another meeting scheduled? I thought we were out and about doing sort of periphery based stuff. And he goes, Bania, Bania, there'd be something that we need to be discussing. And he pulls out the he goes, do you know where have you been able to find Brioni by chance? And this woman, Bania, just goes, no, I don't think I've seen her recently at all, actually. I mean, not, I yesterday, maybe. But, she said that she might be out and about looking for some, hunting for something, I think. Running down some sort of lead. And Atimba goes, right, well, you should probably call her as soon as you can. I don't know what sort of, folks that you have access to, if you have any magics or things, or... Actually, do I... He sits and he thinks for a second, and like thinks in his head about the. He goes, I don't think I have any way to communicate with her. And yeah. Anyway, point being, so he takes out Tack out of his jacket and he goes, so you be saying, Jean-Jacques?
We be needing a meeting between Atimba, Fist of the Past, and Brioni, at least.
He gestures at this woman there, Bania, that's there, and he goes, well, so this be the representative of Posterity's Blade, and she goes, yeah, you're needing to be talking to Enderon specifically.
I believe so. It is not of that dire a secret, just I think he has to be there.
Right, okay. Well, shit, I mean,
it is a matter of great cultural significance to...
That's putting it lightly.
Yeah, great cultural significance to Iptharoon.
Yeah. She
and
goes,
those who came
all right,
before.
if that's important, you say that second part, and
Yeah.
she goes, and you immediately see her snap her fingers there and begin writing something in the air with her fingers, and ding, ding, she writes 2 messages that get sent off there, and you sit there. She goes, it'll only be maybe about 20 minutes. Well, depending on where you see her stop, you see her listen. She goes, yeah, Brioni will be here in 20 minutes. She's in town. She's still in town. And fucking Enderon, same thing. So you kind of like chill there.
I don't know if we have a way to communicate. Oh, never mind. I do right now. Right now, I got you. Ding, 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 ding. Spell slots, all yours.
Magic. Hey, you say the magic words, and they go, hey, I don't know, important things. And you see, so you just see Brioni slink inside as normal. About 20 minutes later, you see actually the second person that comes in. It almost looks like there's like a large hooded like Goliath or some sort that comes walking in for a second, and then as he throws off his hood, the illusion disappears and it shrinks back down to the normal size of Enderon there, with his sort of the blonde hair and the half orc, half elf sort of visage going on. He turns and he looks at you and he goes, right, so what would you be needing from me today, Mr. Jean-Jacques?
Other than counsel, I don't think I need much. This is more of a gift? We'll see.
Gift. I like gifts.
We were in the north in Bentuku, and I heard a story, and suddenly everything that I've seen leading up to this has clicked. I've never been one for history, but I'm one for putting the pieces together.
Right.
Are you familiar with Yigirmesh?
You see him nod slightly and go, heard tale of it before, but the issue was, from what I'd heard, it's been lost to history. Orcish peoples have never been able to keep up.
Yeah, well, here's the problem. Or solution. You see, our people have been... I'm gonna skip the story, you know the rest. You're sitting in its shadow!
You see him, like, think for a second and just go, I don't know how likely that would be. I mean, to my knowledge, the despot was... Well, the first despot would have been... I think the timing was different. Do you think they waited?
So, so when we raided... Was it the bedroom that we saw the scroll?
Yes, in...
So, in...
Pardon me, in the despot's bedroom, yep. Where you saw, it was the tapestry.
Yeah. So, in the despot's bedroom, before it burned down, I don't know if you were able to recover it. Knowing your people, you might have...
Nothing.
No? We found record of an individual named Ippel.
Mm-hmm.
And one named...
Sure.
Yes, and one named... Ippel and... Ippel and...
He's pausing and he's just listening.
Brain farted here.
You're good. I assume in character Jean-Jacques is also, you know what I mean, like trying to think.
Yeah, Ippel, Ippa and Ippel? Was it?
Iptha?
Iptha.
Yeah.
Iptha and Ippel.
He looks for a second and he goes, right. I mean, those were two of the more frustrating dictators along the line, for sure.
Both known for their magic.
Sure.
There was an orcish tale about a great magic that took them. That took their homeland.
Interesting. And you think that magic would be why no one's been able to find it yet?
think so, and something that rang a bell, it's not the same, but almost, is the events to the west.
Right. The
Slightly
fucking...
nearer what happened. It's different. It's not the same.
But
There's something going on with the memory of the Orcish people, and it's not
it's
the
not
tradition of oral storytelling. It's not that it was lost.
right.
It was erased. That's why.
Well, that was
And
concerning enough.
good luck to a Bentuku orc to make it down here, and
Sure, and
do archaeology on the despot's abode.
and that would explain. I mean, to be honest, that would explain why these why we haven't been able to find much success with these relics that we found, is because there's no one that knows the history of them. They just exist as relics.
And
Huh.
there was a relic amongst our party that is tied to that time,
Yeah, the one I was
where
looking
where the very scene was showed to one of our party members in a vision.
Wait, you see him pause for a second and digest this. It seemed like roll an insight check here, actually, because he is.
I think I gathered what just happened, and
he's
I don't like it.
deceitful. Yeah.
I think what happened was that we were kind of like canonically like talking at the same time.
Yeah.
Attack has some lag, maybe.
Yeah.
14.
Oh yeah, no.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
the insight it's hard to pick up. He like clams up, but I think physically, yeah, like what you were saying, the talking at the same time. You're like, wait a second. I thought that the one.
Well, yeah,
that he
like wait a
was
second.
looking
I said
for-
something about the relic in the party, and he said he was looking for something, and a party member got a vision. Then
And,
he
like-
just clicked something that I was saying that he wasn't clicking the first time I said it.
Yeah, but so
Yeah,
like,
I gathered.
But the bit that like Jean-Jacques, and I mean, you said it a bit aloud here, so like some of that is what the play, you know what I mean? Like it becomes relevant here, but like with a 14-year, like I think he was talking about the book that
Yeah.
that
And
Big
I
Man's
was
character had.
vaguely talking about
Shards.
the axe.
Yeah. And
yeah,
so
vaguely, because I don't want him suddenly going after Grawl.
right, and you pick up that he is now, when you discussed the visions part of it, that he has now picked up on something. That's what you get with the 14 there. But so continue. You were like, it was showing visions.
We had visions of the scene, the day that this city
that it happened.
then fell.
Okay.
We didn't get a lot of details.
You see that Brioni
He's an
sort
orc
of
with a
steps.
deep connection to his ancestors, and so
Brioni
we
so-
kind of just thought, oh, that was far away. No, it was because we landed here.
right. And
I
you
assume.
You see Brioni steps up to join the little, like, she's been sort of like sitting off to the side listening to this so far.
Yeah.
Tracking whatever. You see her walk up and she goes, but Jean-Jacques, if what you're saying is true, that means that we would have to bring a bunch of people back here. I don't know if we can.
That's
Can
the
we?
thing. I don't know if it's a have to. And
Huh.
if it is, they're good people. We heard the stories of their ancestors just passing through, invited to sit with the elder and have tea. Their
Give us a few packets when we're cold.
their supplier, the town quartermaster. I don't even know the word for it because really
yeah.
the thing has never existed for our people. He just handles all of the supplies for the town and makes sure that everyone gets what they need.
You watch.
I know it's hard to just believe that such a thing exists, but up here in Bentuku, if we're still in Bentuku, I think we left Ben. It's cold, it's flat.
Yeah.
Just imagine home, but just more grass and less heat. Like wait, too little heat. It is cold, Brioni. It's so cold. Anyway. They may be a good addition to our people. The shards of history missing from our people could be filled with the culture of these people. Because we're missing so much. And you see how staunchly I defend what little we do have. I think this might help.
You see her.
I know their mouths to feed, but they're strong and they're independent. They know how to depend on each other.
You see her take a look over at Enderon in this moment. Supposing, like, and you can roll an insight check on Brioni here.
22.
You get the sense that knowing the knowledge that you do about the Posterity's Blade Guild, which she obviously does, that she does not fully trust him in, you know what I mean? Like, especially with the knowledge in this moment of, like, hey, these people will be, you know, just sharing things. There's not really a purchasing amongst them, you know. But you see her look at him, and you see that he clocks it too. But she like.
Well, it's good to know that he wasn't thinking about that until she thought he was thinking about that. And so it's, like I see the look,
and
I think if I may. I think he's just as excited as... I think he's more excited for this opportunity than he is looking for a quick buck.
And you see her
There's
look
very few things I would trust him with. No offense.
You see her look at Enderon, and she just goes, I mean, if they're dependent on each other, they aren't going to be... Like, they aren't going to be selling things. They won't be cutting your business out from under you. That'll be fewer things that you have to worry about. And he, like, turns to you and he just goes, that's true. To be honest, I mean, you know.
It could be the agricultural and cultural backbone to revive Maroon, or whatever name
we choose. Speaking
is being a new country.
Speaking of, he turns to Brioni and he goes, remember that you shouldn't Epilmar. Remember, we gotta try and get that out as quickly as possible. And you see Atimba look over to her and just go like he turns to Enderon and he goes, how you been knowing already about about the fact that we've been picked a new name? And you see him turn and look pointedly at his person on the council at Benia, who's just like, you knew I was working with him. You knew who I worked for. We've already told you that we're part of this merchants guild. And like, you see Brioni roll her eye and go, merchants. Yeah. Like mutter under her breath. And Atimba turns to her and he goes, that being said, he's right. Remember, Tem Tumba.
Oh.
And you see her soften at that. And he's like as you, I'm assuming that Jean-Jacques awes out loud there just a little bit, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
You see that Enderon sort of turns to you and he just goes, what helps people better than a hero from the past?
Yeah.
And he goes, anyway, Tem Tumba. We need to, I mean, we've got to choose a new name for the country at some point, but, you know, I think that's a little bit further down the line. And especially now that you've mentioned that we've got to reconnect with all these fucking people. I mean, because like, he turns and he looks at both of them, and he's like, because, I mean, you know, there is a lot of this place that we've lost. There's a lot.
They might know what this place used to be. The Despot did a good job of erasing, and I think you'd be the only person that would know anything of what it used to be like. It's due to your passions. These people might have an oral history that tells it as well. Maybe know how to work the land how it's supposed to be.
If that's the case, we got to get it done quickly, because that's, I mean, this would be a crucial moment.
He would.
Yeah. Well,
he would. Even if he doesn't mean that, he would.
Yeah.
Something important is happening. Just...
money. A little stimming with a little money effect.
Yep.
And then, you know, so he turns to like, he turns to the rest of the three and he goes, I know I don't technically have a vote on the matter. And you see the half elf just sort of like roll her eyes and just go, right, all in favor of welcoming the people of Bentuku, attempting to, well, at least offering, if they like, to come and rejoin. Because she turns and she looks at him and she goes, to be fair, boss, they might not want to come. Some people, once they've already got their stuff set up, might not want to come back. And he turns and he looks and he goes, have you heard the stories of the way that they're treated and the way that they've got to live up there? I mean, it's not, to be fair, it's not necessarily better here, but it could be
Not
much better.
knocked down tents, they were surprisingly warm, but they're still intense, and most of their cultural stories revolved around the lamentations of their lost home, so I do not think that is the case.
You see him just point over to you, just like... and they go, right. And she goes, all in favor of making that change. And you see Brioni, you see Atimba raise his hand. You see Brioni look at you and just hesitant, well, you in tack, and just hesitantly raise her hand and just go, I mean, to be fair, it can't get any worse than it's been, right? Like,
Bold claim.
as Jean-Jacques is like relaying this to the party there.
No, Albers wouldn't say that. That's
Can I just have like as I'm standing there,
Yeah.
because I'm capable of casting, right?
Yeah.
Can I just have
no,
like a
not
little
through-
No, not through tack. Not through
No.
tack. For me. Me.
Yes, Jean-Jacques in that moment.
Yeah, because my senses are just gone. Otherwise,
Oh,
I think
I
I'm
Yeah.
untouched on my
Yeah,
end.
what are you doing?
Whenever I'm doing this, I am just minor illusioning and pressed it like just
Oh,
through
the
little
whole
cantrips.
setup. Yeah.
I'm just making a little like Jedi hologram
Yeah.
of the scene in front of me for my
that's
party
cool.
to look at.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I just try to, I want to minimize, I want to use my illusions as much as possible to minimize metagaming and to alleviate and facilitate the transfer of information
Right,
amongst
right.
the party.
Yeah.
I relay that. I relay that. I
Right,
relay that.
Versus they're sort of
Yeah.
vibing in this moment. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you notice that they all raise their hands and then goes, and you see Briona go, right, I guess with that we'll be trying to transfer the orcs of Bentuku to Ebil, to Temtumba. And she goes, do you, she turns and she looks at Enderon and at Benia and goes, I mean, you messaged me. Do you have a way of sending faster communication? Because otherwise, we'd have to do a messenger or this guy. And I can't imagine how long ago you learned that information, Jean-Jacques. But
About a week ago, I think. And let's put it this way.
her
I
head
can
swivels. It goes, a week ago? He left a week ago? From Bentuku?
He's fast. He's fast.
Can
Way
we
faster
hear
than I
them or
thought.
can he only hear them?
Yeah.
Can only Jean-Jacques hear them or can we hear them through you?
If he's doing the
Yeah.
little what is it called?
It might be pushing the spells to
Well,
the
P-
limit.
What'd you say the P
But as far-
that can do sounds,
Yeah.
can't it?
Yes, yeah, yeah. So I'm
sound-
just image. I'm just going between prestidigitation.
Brock.
I know technically, mechanically, I can't do it.
No,
But
I'm
Presto
with
can
it.
do
I'm with
sound.
it.
Minor illusion can do sound, or an image.
I'm with you.
So-
I think what it sounds like a little bit is like person
Like a
on the
badly
other.
synced film.
No, like person on the other end of like a recovered 1800s record or something, being like. "Oh, so anyways, you know, like you can kind of make out most of what's going on, but it does sound a little bit like, you
A
know,
little garbled.
you're right, little garbled, yeah. But yeah, just a week ago. He left a week ago.
He's fast and took a 2-day detour. So apparently he could do that. But I will say I can get away with this with my good old people of Old Iptharun. But I don't think I can send a fiend into the midst of a superstitious and old culture. Tell them
Right.
Cultural news
Right.
about
yeah.
their promised land being returned to them by, well,
A demon?
yeah.
Yeah.
You hear a Timba go, yeah, he looks a little bit like an uncircumcised penis, yeah. Like,
So rude!
Atima, remember when I said
can't
you
breathe.
probably can't trust him if I'm not here monitoring him?
yeah,
You might deserve that now.
yeah. he goes, yeah, yeah.
Fiend of the
understandable.
Hells or not, I feel like that was a bit much.
I mean, he looks up and down at like the very like in the quads. It's very like scraggly sorta.
Yeah, like a lot of wrinkled
A lot
flesh
of
and just like
wrinkles.
beady eyes and like
yeah.
Little
like
freak.
teeth and yeah, like
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like, I mean, you know. But
Look at this
yeah,
little freak.
so he goes, right, so we can't
it's
send
fully packed now.
he goes, right, so we can't send the penis. And Rioni goes
He's doubling down.
Rioni goes,
It's doubling down. I mean, if you don't fair, the druid hates the fiend.
yeah. And Brioni goes, yeah, and I mean, we don't really have any. She like, Enderon sort of holds his hand up and goes, yeah. He goes, we can cover dealing with this. To be fair, I don't know anyone that's there though. So you, You can't-
Can your okay? I'm sure you have them. Can your forgers replicate a signet?
Sure, but how do I know what it looks like?
Oh, that's awesome. Hey guys, bring the signet.
Oh god.
All right.
What signet are you asking about here?
The token of the elder.
Of
So
Krill the
have
Chronicler, yeah.
them forge
Oh
for good
my.
reason.
Yeah.
Forge the token of Krill, hopefully out of the same materials, to then show, be like, hey, we were sent on behalf of.
Yeah, but she
To tell you that we've had a revelation.
so they bring over the token of Krill the Chronicler. Jean-Jacques has the token of Krill the Chronicler.
Yes.
How do you transmit the information to Ipomar?
Can Tack draw?
Yeah, I'll
Maybe.
just have Tack draw it. Yeah, that's
Oh.
what I was thinking of. I think that's
Oh,
the
that makes
best
more sense.
approach possible. I think it's just Tack drawing it physically.
Yeah.
I
You-
just like
Yeah,
my
shit on-
drawing skills are probably ass, and then his doing it through him is gonna be worse. He's
Yeah.
gonna be trying to like do the Mona Lisa with my left hand.
You hear him go.
Or
Can
might
I-
not work.
You hear him go, can I get a pen? Can I... Oh, wait, hold on. Ah! And it, like, spits onto the ground with the acid and starts drawing with the, like...
I thought he was gonna take it on the ground instead. I'm glad it was just the acid.
Drawing with
Yeah.
drawing with the acid on the ground. And
Can I
makes
just?
the-
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just a vague shape. Yeah. It's not gonna look like it. Don't tell them that it's it, but just to prove that you've been in contact with me.
Okay.
I feel like that would be bad faith if you show up with a shitty signet and then.
Yeah. Alright.
It's the signet you just gave. Totally right. No.
He goes,
Can we
"Boss,"
see
he
in
goes-
your illusion?
He goes, boss, I'm a pretty good artist. I think I'm nailing this thing exactly. You look at it. It is when your 4-year-old tries to draw a picture of a flower. It's like, not,
Well,
not great.
It's probably close enough to prove the point. I hope so, at least.
Yeah. And with that, Enderon goes, right, then we'll send
Be
those out
sure
as
to-
quickly as possible.
Yeah, be sure to bring whatever info you can on the culture they came before, just to try to corroborate between their oral history and what little we still have recorded from that time.
Right, use it as a
Hopefully, yeah, someone with some amount of cultural sensitivity towards
use it as
this
a gift
implies.
of some sort. Sure.
Yeah, what this implies for both parties. Not just a. Actually, that's a better idea than what I was saying. I was just saying to corroborate and communicate and fit the pieces together to prove to them, hey, We found this out. We just got rid of a tyrant. Come home. Because we have to convince them. There's going to be plenty of them. It's like, oh, I don't know.
Right. Well, we might
work.
as well get to it. And so you see him like crack his fingers, wave that glamour back over himself of the very tall Goliath, like hooded Goliath that he's got going on, and just wander back out into the night. You see Brioni sort of nod at Tack and just go. You see her like kneel down for a second and like pick him up with her hand and like walk over to a corner and go, Tem Tumba. Who'd have seen the day, huh?
Blessed I have. I didn't think it was possible.
Neither did I. But God, there's just something in me that says that that name will stand for a lot.
Yeah. We're still looking for a... Did we talk to her about Ahura?
Oh yeah. She had,
Okay.
Yeah.
she visited briefly after, and you yeah. She goes, yeah, that's I mean, that's gonna be a hard one. Like,
Yeah, we're
There
still
is-
looking for that.
if whatever is in her is powerful enough to have that control over her, you're gonna need like something. Either it's gonna take a powerful ripping out, or it's gonna take a powerful replacement. Like, you need something else there, because I don't know. Based on what you said, it seems like she might be SOL if we don't help her back out. You know.
Huh. A replacement.
Uh-oh.
Didn't think about that.
Uh-oh. He's got ideas.
You hear Brioni sort of chuckle and go, well, I always thought a little bit more than you did, John.
Uprush will actually do that. Ooh.
I want to disagree from what's left of my pride, but
You see her give a Tack like a little, you know, like the little like nudge to like the chin, like that, like
Yeah.
boxers will do. She's like, all right, I'll be back in a bit. I've got to go and hunt down. Which, by the way, yeah. Thankfully for this fucking silence. Yeah, I was hunting down. We were trying to see if we could find any more of the loyalists that have been, you know, moving around. Doing what I can. For sure. But, you know, to be honest, an almost unintended consequence of bringing in, if we bring in the orcs from Bentuku, that's more people with a separate agenda, so they can't just eliminate, the loyalists can't just eliminate our people at that point. Like, this is an
it'd
entirely
be a
separate
shot
group.
of adrenaline to our country's
Yeah.
resilience.
And honestly, just getting a bit of history that was before. You see her just gesture over her shoulder at where the ruined tower now stands, and just goes,
Judging by their stories, that was there.
"Well, you know."
Why do you think none of our architecture looks like that? I
And
could
you
be wrong.
see at that
I'm not a historian.
she goes, "Well, never thought about that." And she goes, "Right, take care of yourself," and chucks Tack into the air and sprints out through the door back into like.
Oh, just so I can't reply. Oh, I want to.
Noom. Yeah. All right, and with that, that sort of scene draws to a close. I mean, Tat can sit there as long as he wants, but it is just sort of them like maneuvering around,
I think I'm
grabbing
gonna
files.
keep Tack
like-
over there.
Okay.
Just in case.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just in case. And then
Okay.
I could always just summon him like that back to me
All right.
if needed. So probably not until things get hairy.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
Yeah.
We resume sort of the 8th day as you pop back over to the party.
Questions, comments, concerns, critiques? I'm feeling generous.
Okay. That seems like you handle it well enough to me.
Yeah.
I need to make a roll to who's in control right now.
Yeah. The
You did
art,
one crucial detail.
the Drake roll.
What's that roll?
No, hey, looks like it's gonna be RAF.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Wonderful. So that oh wait, what was the number?
It's 8.
Oh yeah, it drops. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, so RIL sitting in on that. Oh, so what were you about to say? Uprush, you just said something. You said crucial detail.
Missed a crucial detail.
What a miss.
So you forgot to ask your little girlfriend out on a date, you genius.
We're on opposite
Shoulders.
sides of the continent.
It's just like, come on. It could be waiting for you when you get back. You're killing me here, Small. Come on.
That's if I get back.
If I will be returning you back home safe and sound. I gave you my word at the start of this trip, didn't I?
Yes.
Exactly. So you will make it home.
All right.
There we go. Next time you ask her.
All right.
Jean-Jacques, hit me with a
Another deception check.
yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I think deception. For like how well Jean-Jacques in general like holds emotion.
Yeah, because right now it's a little volatile. Usually it'd be really good.
Right, but
I don't know. How about this? You tell me, is the facade cracked?
I mean a little bit, but I don't
Do
know.
It's okay. So I'm presenting you a dangerous idea
Okay. Is there a minus?
for me.
Sure.
That there might be certain scenarios where the facade is cracked,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't get the base 10.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Sure. We'll knock.
Because I can't unless I get a 1.
We'll knock
And that's
3.
just for you.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like the
yeah, I
upgrade.
cannot roll lower than a 10
Right,
when
which
rolling
is a 23, right?
deception. Yeah, so it's always at least a 23.
Right. Yeah,
So
yeah, sure.
tell me
Sure.
if it's cracked or not.
We'll knock that off in this moment. That's a good idea.
Right, so it's just a 3 plus 13.
That's
So it's a 16. So it's still, but
All right. So what? And then insight from Uprush.
it gives the party a chance
sure.
during like moments.
Yeah, let me look at the thing.
You tell me when that happens.
Yeah.
Insight, right?
Yep.
Or he was like the unbreakable,
Yeah. Clever.
18 for my insight.
You, in
There you
all
go.
these warring emotions that are crossing Jean-Jacques' face, because I think that's what it is that there are too many things going on in this moment. As you're speaking sort of positively to him there, Uprush, you notice that there's a little bit of shame that crosses Jean-Jacques' eyes for just a flicker of a second before it's replaced with that mask. And it seems like it's directed at you, Shane, and then not meeting your gaze for just a second.
Interesting. I feel like that's a familiar gaze, and he's not going to press the matter any further.
Oh, okay.
But he is going to pat him on the back.
Wonderful.
I don't think he knows how to handle that one yet.
All right, and we move along. All right. I think we're still under that first week's travel. It's these little pockets of like tree like groups begin to like they spread out and like clear, and then you begin to, as you are reaching, give me one moment. You begin to cross, you come to what looks like the end of a frozen river that you begin to see. At this point, no more than like a creek. But it looks like the river runs up northward. AJ just realized that AJ realized no context for that. It's so you kind of like think of it as like a great place to like bed down for the time being. I also not relevant to the fact that not currently with us, our kid Rue. So we will so for like this sort of moment, you guys go to bed down for the night of your 8th night of travel here. You guys continue to do your sort of training. If anyone has anything before like the evening's watch.
Yeah.
Oh. What you got?
Ariel's gonna go to John Jack.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
John Jack is popular today.
All right. Ariel sort of walks on up. Jean-Jacques, I think you've probably just finished your training for the moment, and you're just about to go set up in your tent to do your evening machinations.
Yeah, so I have those torn out pages that it, like in his mania, he's kind of now regretting. He's like, I shouldn't have torn those out. I'm gonna have to keep. They're gonna fall in the freaking book. And so he's like splaying them all out a lot less like manically, just to. I don't know. He's just. I kind of give him my trait that he can't like look. He can't like turn a page and focus on two things.
Yeah.
He needs multiple screens. So you see him kind of like.
He'd be like looking over your shoulder, seeing what you're doing. Like, what is all this?
Yeah. I'm just studying. To make sure I know what I'm doing. Yeah.
Adrian wrote in the journal telling me to come to you on information on the memories you saw and about this magic you casted.
Oh, yeah. So I distilled all of my trauma into a thing. It came alive? And it was black and inky and had these sharp white glowing eyes that swivel? Is that the word? I'm wasting my time. It looked like this!
Am I able to figure out what it is?
And I just have this.
Oh, yeah, hit me with an Arcana check here.
When I dismissed it, it disappeared, and it left behind this cold spot on the ground.
That is a 24.
And I show,
Hmm.
yeah, and I show him that last black
It's
distilled concentrated bracelet.
it's hard. This is one where like, and Ariel, you're kind of like, I feel like for the last day, because this is the first day that Ariel's been back up since that memory that he got of like the feeling of darkness, a bunch of people pressing in on him, and a large presence. It's so like you've been kind of like in like a memory palace yourself, and so I think like you're trying to like tag what this creature is that Jean-Jacques like creating here, and you're like, you've heard of some magics that have done variations of this, like summoned entities, you know, before. It's not something that you've actively played around with much, Ariel. But it's like you're like looking at it and you're like, okay, that does look like it is created from somewhere, right? Namely that it isn't like it isn't an internal inherently an internal creature. Like this isn't something that is just appearing out of Jean-Jacques. He is like channeling, as it were.
Like an active summon from somewhere else.
Right. Or from something else. And the fact that he was talking about like his own memories, you're like, it's sort of drawn from there. But I don't think you know the spell, mainly just because it says that the spell itself is not like it's only available to warlocks and wizards. So I don't think Ariel would have a lot of experience with like that. He just knows the vibe. But if Jean-Jacques was able to dismiss it, you know, like he said, maybe it's okay? Question mark. But like things like that, like channeling beings from other places, you know, summons can go wrong. Ariel has heard of 1,000 summons going wrong, you know. But
so, I can't tell exactly what it is. All I can tell is it's an active summon from somewhere or something.
Wait, so I summoned something?
Correct.
Oh. I thought it was me. I thought this made this.
and I think actually with the 24 here, Ariel, as he does that, you can see that the eyes, the little bright spots of eyes that are there, you're now able to pick up with that 24. You're like, the color mimics the color of Jean-Jacques' magic. The like sort of
So
like,
they're not white, they're that yellow.
like, murky yellow. It's not the mucusy, but like the sort of murky.
Yeah.
Which would, oh, sorry, continue.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, which would lend you to believe like you know the origin of where it comes from.
I know the origin of where it comes from, like
The
being
magic,
from...
if it matches Jean-Jacques' magic, that this is probably something from his patron.
Okay. I can see that your magic has some effect, so it is from your patron at least.
Oh, it is? So
Yeah.
So what was this bait? A focus?
It might be a focus on either your feelings or your memories.
Okay. Huh. Oh. That entirely changes how I think of this. I'm misunderstanding this entire. So he, after thinking, he just starts like reshuffling the papers. Like, nope, no, this wasn't doing this. I was bringing this from somewhere. Yeah, and he just starts getting busy and. Yeah.
Feel free to roll me an insight check, Jean-Jacques. Drake, because I'm assuming. Let me ask Travis. When Ariel came up, were those the memories that he was talking about, or was he talking about the memory dive memories?
The first one he mentioned was memory divement.
Yeah. So you roll me. It wouldn't be like deception. I guess like maybe just general charisma here versus insight here from Jean-Jacques.
I was knocked.
Okay.
17.
17 insight from Jean-Jacques.
Oh, it was 17.
Matches. Meets it, beats it. So you watch as like Jean-Jacques, you're going to like turn back to your work, but then you're like, wait a second. The look on his face when you brought up what you brought up was perplexed, which would lead you to indicate that those were not the memories that Ariel was talking about, like at all. So
it's like you answered part of the question.
Yeah.
Funny. Oh, I'm so sorry. I got my head so far up in this. All right. Yes. Memories, cultists. I cast Tech Thoughts on myself. Like. May I?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna start probing with the Tech Thoughts, and I'm just gonna say Lord Aurel, and see if anything happens.
And see if anything pops.
Yeah, any little Diglett wants to play whack-a-mole.
Ooh, let's do a.
What?
Let's do a religion check here.
I love that.
Yeah.
Religion. Where's my religion? There's my religion.
And Jean-Jacques, you can give me a nature check.
Nature.
Mm-hmm.
That's a natural 20.
Whoa, nature. 4.
4. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. With the nature of a 4. Yeah, you're like. How do I phrase it? Have you ever been too close to the shadow of a thing so you can't see the shape of it?
Ooh.
Jean-Jacques is so focused.
That's a description.
Jean-Jacques is so focused in on Ariel that you miss the nature of Ariel, as in a moment it just would have been there. Was not. But with a natural 20 on that moment of like that, you're like, he mentions Lord Ariel, and like Ariel, you have a very quick like a brief flashback in your mind to like these memories had still been getting unlocked, right? You have like that moment from before actually where you felt the cracking and like the releasing from like a stasis, right? You actually have a flash from just a moment before, and you see 100 other what appear to be decked to the nines heroes, just like weapons, armor, you know, some of them with radiant wings coming off of their backs. And you feel powerful in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then it flashes out. You have, and it blinks back very quickly from that to a memory actually of one of the times where the cultists tried to abduct you rather than Drake. And this was one that like had been filed away because it was like I said, it was, when Ariel has, when you've been tracking them in the journal, it was just kind of like, I blew up a bunch of morons, right?
Yeah.
But, you see the moment of, them being, and these ones wearing an entirely different set of, rather than, these, sashes, right? These guys have, crisscrossing belts all up their chest of this same, light blue material, but then, the cloaks themselves are of, a yellowish white. And you have a flash of this moment of them being like, no, Lodaria, we have to bring you, and you being like, silence, you buffoons, we need him, leave me be, and then being like, we can't allow that, and kaboom, as the ground erupts around you in an explosion of lightning, and several fried cultist bodies drop to the floor.
Damn.
Yeah. And that's what you get with your natural 20. Yeah, it's not deep. You notice you're trying to focus in on it, and these memories come to you what's the right way to describe it? It's the moment before a water fountain, an old water fountain, starts running clear. It's you get a moment or two of the brackish water, in a sense, a memory of the fucked upness, right? And then it's gone, and you're just looking at the stream again, and you're like, I can't get it, But these were a few of those where it's bang bang, just very quick flashes in your mind.
Mm.
And then he
I just
tried.
said a thing.
Huh?
I just said a thing.
You just said a thing. Yeah.
I just said the right thing.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so Jean-Jacques, you're sort of still just sitting there,
Yeah,
and then
I don't know. I'm not getting anything. You got anything? Like there was something, but anyway, I thought that'd work. Oh well. So I then make images of the cultists that I saw in the other vision,
Okay.
and the and images of Adrian growing up,
Mhm.
and his family and stuff like that. Just to play out a little
okay, yeah.
mini version of it just to show him.
Or
And
to
then,
show him Drake's life. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
RL, what's going on?
Doing this prestidigitation.
Hmm?
What spell are you using this with?
Oh, minor.
Minor illusion lets me make them
Minor
5
illusion.
feet wide. 5 feet wide
Okay.
if I need to. It lets me make them a little bigger.
Okay.
So I'm just playing it all out.
Let's see. Adrian also said that the bird said a god's name that might fit the color scheme.
Yeah, I gotta make sure that we're using their favorite crayons. So scroll the star. I don't want to call him the bird again. I don't remember.
Huh?
I don't remember. I don't remember the name of the storm god.
Oh. Yeah, that's alright. If you don't have it in the thing, the Sunderer of Skies.
Thunder of Skies.
And
Yeah.
as Jean-Jacques says that,
Thunder of Skies.
You have now there's another bolt of memory that goes through Drake's mind of the image of the cirrostratus cloud with the lightning bolt cleaving through it. That is the symbol of the Sunderer. And I will give. Shit. Fuck, I need a character sheet. I need to look at abilities. God damn, because I want to make sure I give you guys the right check here. Okay, let's do. We will do a insight from RAL and a performance. No. Yes, a perception from Ariel and an insight from Jean-Jacques.
Perception is there. Okay.
Woo! 29.
Okay.
Holy fuck. Okay, not a natural 20.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're getting right to it quickly.
Very high.
With a natural 20, you see briefly the crack, like, how do I describe it? It's, as you're seeing this, because this was just like, you're just seeing the symbol in front of you, like almost floating in inky blackness, right? And as the lightning bolt, like, as the symbol appears, you have a moment where the lightning bolt seems to twinkle itself, and there's a flash of light across the darkness of this vision, right? And you see the shapes of 100, 200, 500 heads of dragons just in the foreground. And Jean-Jacques, with the insight, they all appear to be paying deference to this symbol.
Oh. What do the dragons look like?
It's the shapes of heads. It's not
Oh,
easy
so
to
like
make out.
like a silhouette in the flash of lightning.
It's almost, have you seen an animation of invisibility where it's like the outline of a thing, but you can tell what the shape is supposed to be of? It's like these are clearly dragon heads. It's hard to make out because they are legion and numerable here. Well, I mean numerable, but you know, a large number here. But yeah. And let's see. Ariel had mentioned his previous vision, hadn't he? Like the ones that he had the memories that Ariel had been catching?
He did not.
He did not. That's all you get with a 29, Jean-Jacques.
Damn.
Ah!
This is the problem of RAL.
do I smell something at 30?
No.
Whatever it is, it's not cooking.
No.
You're in. To be fair,
No.
in his. Well, to be fair, you are in his.
Yeah,
brain.
I'm in his head.
I
I'm
will
in his
give
head.
you a
I'm in his
deception
head.
check from Ariel in this moment, and another insight check from Jean-Jacques.
Yeah, because if it brought it up, technically, even without probing, I might get
Right,
it, and
it's
I'm in
sparking,
there.
You're in there, yeah.
I'm a digging. I saw I got a message from you. Whoopsie.
That's all right. It's
Yes. Is it? Well, I'm going to.
Would this be a disadvantage since he is so focused on...
yeah. You can give a disadvantage, sure.
Okay.
Travis being like, I rolled too well. I just want this to fail. I want the information. Goddamn you!
There we go. Yep. All right. That's right. I rolled a third natural 20, so I was like,
No.
Disadvantage, please. Disadvantage.
Yep.
Help me.
That becomes a 13, though.
Okay, good. And then insight from Jean-Jacques. That second one was.
Insight. All right. Yeah, 21.
20. Yeah. You briefly begin to see you see a couple memories that you had not experienced before. They don't seem to shock Ariel as you're in his head, which is a weird thing with like the detect thoughts, where you're like, huh, wait, we didn't know about this. But like you see the image of him with the sense of a giant beast over him, like this giant, the one that blots out the sky with the size of this creature. And you have a very quick series of rapid connections of dragons kneeling before the symbol, giant beast that is speaking to Ariel, to the giant beast that Ariel saw in the clouds the day before you guys destroyed Epomar.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. What?
And, you know, you think you might know the visage of the Sunder of Skies now.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, we saw for a moment. Seen it.
A giant, it's
Giant storm dragon.
Mhm.
Oh, Jesus.
That's metal. I love it.
I mean, yeah, it's metal.
By the way, just gonna plug, Travis, I did make a playlist for Ariel, and so far the only thing in it is DSE Ray Thunder version by Patrick Link.
I thought for a second that you were about
It's the only one in there so far.
I know. I thought for a second when you said, "Just give me a second to plug," I thought you were immediately about to be like, "Anyway, guys, check out the copy link in the description."
You should. You should do so.
You definitely do.
Yeah.
But
no.
but
Just want to mention that real quick.
just the massive image, of a gigantic, like, miles long arm, like, swinging through the clouds as the cocoon, you just see the shape of it, and then cocoon gone again. You know. Yeah.
I like that. I pissed myself a little bit.
He's great, man. Big old fucking big dragon. Everyone loves a big dragon. Anyway, so and you fade out of that memory. Ariel, you've experienced all of this internally. Jean-Jacques, let's see, what would Jean-Jacques would have put together, I think, in this moment, the sort of thing that was going on.
Ariel, is your god hunting you down?
I don't believe he would.
You got cultists coming after you. You saw him when we got here. I just saw him in your head, and that storm keeps chasing you. Do you have your God, dude, hunting you down? I feel like that would be wanted to let everyone else know if that was the case.
Anxiety always watches me.
No, no.
No, we can't go further.
You don't know. Okay.
How does Ariel manifest, like, in this moment as you're, like, staring face to face? What's going across Ariel's face, like?
Definitely like a hard focus, trying to understand.
I could see Ariel just his thinking face just being.
This is the hardest you've ever seen that specific face. Not Adrian. It's Ariel.
It's definitely not Adrian.
You know it's not him just by that.
And so Ariel going, is my god chasing me down? Jean-Jacques vehemently.
Is he trying to chase me down, or is he trying to reclaim me? I don't know.
I feel like the difference is between solving all of our problems just by staying awake for long enough and dying instantly because that was a mistake. That's the difference here. I feel like the stakes are a little high. Like around opens tent flap. That high, and I point at the ominous cloud on the horizon.
Why do the worst revelations happen at night? Why do all the worst revelations happen at night?
It's because we're busy fighting people during the day. Or schmoovin'.
Ah, yeah. The distractions keep us at bay.
Which actually, that's kind of funny because my last level up, I took Summon Draconic Spirit.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
it works
So that
perfect.
is hilarious.
Oh
It
my
works
god.
perfect.
This guy's getting hunted down by a god.
Mhm.
And he's on our ship.
I know a story like that. Let's
Yeah.
throw him overboard. Maybe a fish will eat him.
What? Lord, man.
Go do a thing. No. Go do a thing. No.
I think
I'm gonna make you.
frothing. Like, luckily Uprush is not here, because I think he'd be frothing right now, like...
He's gonna try something later tonight, but for now,
I'm still in your head. I'm now very concerned.
Did he just
Yeah, that's true.
Does that bubble up? Do I catch a little waft of that? He's like, ooh, later I'm gonna.
the smell of experimentation? Yeah, let's hit you with an insight
Go.
and a. I mean, because Ariel wouldn't leave his mind open that long, would he?
He doesn't have a choice. I'm already in. He's got to tell me to stop.
well, yeah.
He can't. Oh, you can't break the detect thoughts with.
I think he can start making saves.
Yeah, which
If
is
he
what I
doesn't
was
tell me.
in this moment, sort of.
Yeah.
I mean, depends. If Ariel's trying to kick him out, but if Ariel's just vibing, then probably no.
So we're all thinking. We're having a discussion here, you know.
Yeah. All right. I mean, that's really up to Travis. If Ariel would try and kick Jean-Jacques out before that, the rules will be a little different. But if he doesn't,
there's a physical sensation to it. Otherwise, the save doesn't. Well, actually, do you know? It might be like a sensation, but that one you wouldn't associate automatically unless you're experienced in that. Because it doesn't say if you fail, they know. Like there's a lot of enchantment and mind spells that say like, oh,
it does.
if you do it and they succeed, they know. And if you do it and you succeed, afterwards they know.
I think it
And
does.
that's not one of the. Does it?
Yeah. Let's see. Because the
It's not in my action menu. 'Cause it's not a
either
common
way, the
spell.
target knows that you're probing into its mind. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, never mind. Yeah, so you are aware.
So either way, these natural 20s are crazy. He's actually just gonna let you see it.
Oh, so it
What he
just.
was thinking.
Okay.
He's gonna be trying to pray to the god
All right. So he's just vibing. All right.
later tonight.
He's chilling.
Okay.
There we go.
I wish you luck.
But before that, maybe I can help you with this spell book and learn some things.
Yeah. Okay, so I thought I had used the distilled memories, emotions, experiences, trauma into a separate being, but according to you, and according to half of what I've been able to rearrange now, I think it's either bait to pull something out of somewhere else, or an anchor for it. I think.
I'm gonna say it's probably more like an anchor for it.
Like an anchor?
Hmm.
Then why was it dumb? By the way, it was dumb. It couldn't speak. Like, do you speak? And it kind of just like.
Who the what? Oh, your thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just talking to Ariel
Yeah,
about
sorry.
like, oh, like where do.
Well, if it's a creature that was summoned, they're not always all able to talk. Some are.
Interesting. Okay. Kind of summoned on accident. I wish I took better notes.
You think you can recreate it?
I could try.
Oh, good God.
I mean, I'm essentially recreating the formula when I rearrange the papers, I'd have to put them back and try again. But then it's technically wrong. But it worked. So maybe it's not about my understanding of it, but more about the process itself. See, this is why I was never a wizard. Okay, and I start rearranging the papers back to where they were before.
He's also reading over the papers while you're moving things around to maybe help.
Yeah, and I take out a few of the memories from my wrist, the ones, because he was using them both in the experimentation to try to distill the one memory from the other memories, but he was also using them to essentially make cheat sheets. Like snapshots of the moment he was looking at his setup. So he's like, whatever, reading the memories. Like, okay, wait, no, which one was it? You know, there's no way to label these. They're not technically tangible, so I can't like put a paper on it or anything. Nope. Ah, there we go. So I like have like a little illusion of the papers set up, and I just replicate it, and then I'm gonna try to do it again.
Okay, to resummon the shadow.
Try to summon it again. Yep.
All right.
So I take out the inky black distilled, and I assume that it's taking the place of the vial of tears in the material component.
Oh yes, sure.
Because there's a material component. It's like a vial, like a vial of tears, where the vial's like worth a certain amount.
Okay.
Maybe I just accidentally cried while casting. I don't know. We'll find out.
You know.
All right. I'm gonna. Hookah chaka, hookah chaka, hookah chaka. I can't stop this feeling.
Right, and as you begin to envision this, what emotion are you envisaging in this moment?
In this, no, actually, I'm gonna divide it in 3.
Chaos dice.
Uh-oh.
Chaos dice.
The anger, the whipping, specifically as I'm holding up the inky black one. There's the image of one of the
whipping.
One of the earlier whippings, where like the betrayal of Bahan, the anger at him and below, the injustice that is his entire life. That's the one that's so. I guess it's gonna be wrath.
As that all flickers across your head, Ariel, you do begin to see that Jean-Jacques actually, his eyes begin to well up with these dark black tears of anger that onto the ground and plop, 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 plop. You can't hear my foot-upping sounds, but the recording will, and it'll be great for them. You hear a flip, 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 flip-upping sound as these tears hit the ground and begin to bubble up into one of these creatures, one of these entities.
Interesting. So this looks different from the one you showed me before. It seems to be based off of your motion at the time of casting.
Yeah, Jean-Jacques is like semi-unresponsive.
You, in your mind, are going through this memory.
Yeah. So you probably, as you're talking to Jean-Jacques, you see him like just like having a bad time.
You think?
He does a quick snap in front of your face like, hey, come on. Back to.
Damn. Forgot Ariel's rude too.
They're both rude.
I just forgot.
Oh, great voice in the sky. What does a cocked dice mean? Cocked chaos dice. I feel like that's ominous.
Let's say that
it's important.
I don't think you hear him in that moment.
Yeah.
In fact, even in this memory, you weren't hearing a lot besides just the crack of the whip.
Yeah.
And the sound of your own blood splattering on the floor. There's no description being given to you. There's no orders. There's no, this is early on. You know, early on, Jean-Jacques, well, what am I here for, you know? Nothing. None of that. No questions being asked of you. No demands being made. No information that they're looking for.
I was gonna take out water skin and just pour some of it on John Jack. Some sort of sensation will bring him back.
So I'll get him one way or another. He's coming back.
Yep.
I'm looking at you, Manny. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
You notice that, like, as this water begins to trickle down your face, you do snap to in this moment. But I think that there's, like... I think that it shocks you out of the concentration on this thing, right? I think that in order to live in this moment, in specifically this one,
Yeah.
you're having
I
to
go.
be there. And as you...
Yeah.
It
Ooh.
sort of
I
sizzles
see.
back into the ground.
Yeah. Whip scene. Water bucket scene. Back.
Yeah. It disappears in front of you, Ariel, the creature, the summoned entity.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
Did it work?
It did.
Do I see like the last of its like inky black?
Yeah, it is the eyes as it fades out.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the eyes.
Yeah.
I carefully go to touch the spot where it was.
Mhm. You hear just in the back of your dun 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 in the back of your mind, and just a little. Job is not yet finished.
Oh dear.
You good there, John Jack?
Oh no, wait, he's not French. God damn it! I was.
Hey, that's not too far off, technically.
Yeah, it's close. It's close to the
Yeah.
you know. You're the job's not finished. There you go.
I will be.
Is that allowed? Does Jean-Jacques respond?
Yeah.
Allowed?
Yeah, well,
So,
I'm responding to actually both.
okay. Yeah. Oh, so what did
Job's
Ariel
not
say?
finished. I think it was like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, John Jack.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same answer for both.
Yeah.
I will.
You seemed to be a little lost in something while you were conjuring. What were you thinking of?
Pain. I kind of just wrap the memory back up.
Mhm.
I just start like he absentmindedly just his fingers kind of go to the yellow one. I just start.
Mm-hmm. All right, and we fade out of. Unless you guys have anything else you would want to do there. We fade out. Of,
I was just thinking, like, is there any creature that's based off emotions?
It's still with the 24. It's still hard to get. It's like it was a great roll, but I think the idea of like this is outside of Ariel's specific purview. It's like it's a great roll, but it's not something he would have yet experienced with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so I think that it's hard. You're like summoned emotional entity. Again, pieces are there, but it's the like physically trying to grab anything from behind when he merged with Drake it's grabbing sand, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sand.
And so, okay, so that's all in that moment.
Yep.
As we fade out of that, the yellow Jean-Jacques still caressing this yellow memory on his hand. Hector, you've bedded down for a pleasant and, well, I say pleasant. It's cold. Specifically up in those trees. Like you said, never been anywhere. You know, wind on the sea is one thing. But, bitter, biting cold? Not Hector's bit.
Yeah, he moved. This night probably spends closer to the fire. He probably starts alternating nights.
You come down and begin to lay down by the fire, wrapping these wools tighter about you to keep warm. And your mind wanders fitfully to a beach on a warm, sandy coast as you begin to fall asleep. The sun shines high in the sky, and a wonderful, beautiful wind surrounds you. A perfect wind. You sit on a set of foldable wooden chairs, a barrel of ale sitting before you, a glass in your hands, which moves before you as if in the far-off edge of the spyglass. You're like third person, but in your own brain at this moment, in this memory. You're dimly aware of the sound of laughter, and your head sort of swivels thickly, you know, like drunk sensation, as your head swivels around to see a group of fellow stewards of the drowned, all sitting and laughing, a group of 5 or 6 of them. You aren't entirely certain with the way your vision is crossing right now, sort of blurring. You see a pair, maybe, of bald men with serpent tattoos, devouring their eyes, sitting and playing liar's dice with a teal dragonborn, who you've served a few missions with. You think his name was Gallows? Next to him sits a Kenku, whose name you never caught, but who identifies by the creak of the rudder, which quickly became her nickname, engaged in a hearty conversation with an older, bearded man. Like, think, audience, of Rex from Rebels, Star Wars, you know, like, very tall, very barrel-chested. He's sitting there, like, his laugh sort of careens out. And sitting next to him is a lighter blue tiefling woman, who they're kind of chuckling amongst each other. You hear Scylla, the lighter blue tiefling woman, just kind of turn to them and just go, right, well, okay, the thing is that the score that we made, right, you know, the money that was made afterwards, it weren't technically enough to cover all of us. And you see the Kenku responds, it weren't enough to cover all of us. And then in like another voice just goes, don't need my portion. And you see that she goes, Scylla goes, I thought that you Kenku were all supposed to be, you know, shiny, fun, you know, things like that. And she goes, shiny, don't need my portion. And it snaps back across to the 3 who are playing liar's dice, and you see that one of the bald men, maybe there are 2 of them. Again, you're kind of it's hard to tell what's going on here. You look over at them. He goes, right, well, I'll be needing my portion. And I mean, to be fair, if you aren't going to be giving one to Rudder, I'll be taking... And Scylla goes, no, didn't you hear the beginning of that sentence when I said they didn't give us enough money to cover everyone? By God. She goes, you 2 are fucking thick sometimes. Turns and looks at you, Hector, and goes, Hector, are you all right? And you feel very pleasant in this moment, but you notice your head starts to elongate away from your arms. And you're like looking at the glass, and it's sort of reflecting the sun at a weird angle, Hector. What do you do in this moment? Where like it feels like your arm is elongating, like you're Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Probably end up dropping my drink. I mean, I'd probably freak out a little bit. I
I
was gonna roll to see if I'd ever been that drunk before.
Your eyes, you go to drop the drink, and the sun reflects off of as the beer, the ale goes to careen out of the glass. It splashes across the entire beach. The entire beach is covered with this ale, and the ale starts to like sort of rise up around you. This sort of golden yellow liquid. And you see Albert sort of turn towards you, and he goes, "Hector, are you?" And it rises up past him, and his head vanishes below the waves. And you watch as the rest of the stewards around you begin to like sort of like rise up on this rising golden current. And you see Scylla reaches out and goes, "Hector! Hector!" And they're like blown away from you. And you hear the slightest little chuckle in the back of your mind and go, "You know, I can save him, Hector. I can." And you wake up with a bolt of sweat going down your back. With that, Hector, what do you do?
Quietly find a tree outside of earshot of the party.
Wonderful. You go to this tree outside of earshot of the party.
Bury my face into my hands against the tree and basically just start sobbing. And then start punching the tree.
And as you punch and punch and punch, and the wood starts to slightly shatter, the force of these sort of, of your knuckles breaking against it, sort of holding your sort of, one of the symbols in your hands. We are going to end session there. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. See y'all next Wednesday.
It's the trauma episode.
Trauma episodes. Hey,
Yeah.
Focus on the people. All right, see y'all. Bye-bye. And